There are crimes that shake the world, and then there are crimes that expose it. This is not just about murder, it's about power, it's about pain, it's about one man who believed he was untouchable and another who made sure he wasn't. Welcome to Crime Never Forgiven, where we dive deep into the darkest corners of true crime, the stories that don't end with the headlines. Tonight we uncover the chilling tale of Richard Voss, a corporate titan whose life was taken in broad daylight on the streets of New York City, and the killer, a brilliant young man named Luke Carter, who walked away like nothing had happened, because to him justice had finally been served. You know how some people walk through life like they own it, like the world bends around them? That was Richard Voss, Chief Executive Officer of VeraMed Health Solutions, 49 years old, father of two. And on December 4th, 2024, he walked out of the Hilton Hotel at 6:46 a.m., coffee in hand, headphones in ears, confident, untouchable. Then came the shots. 1, 2, 3. He fell, right there on 6th Avenue. People screamed, but no one moved, because no one could believe what they'd just seen. A man, dead, in broad daylight, on a cold winter morning, and somewhere in the crowd, a killer walked away, with nothing but silence in his eyes. Richard wasn't born into power. He clawed his way out of poverty in Queens, grew up watching his mother work double shifts as a nurse. By 23, he was at Columbia Business School. By 35, he was running one of the fastest growing healthcare companies in America, VeraMed Health Solutions. To shareholders, he was a visionary. To employees, he was ruthless. But to those denied treatment by his system, he was something else entirely. A gatekeeper, a god of paperwork, and someone who held lives in his hands, without blinking. Behind closed doors, he laughed about it, said the system wasn't broken, it was designed that way. So who kills a man like that? Not some angry mob, not a random shooter. This was planned for years. His name was Luke Carter. 26, MIT grad, brilliant mind. Once worked at a major tech firm in Silicon Valley. No criminal record, no red flags, until now. Inside his Pennsylvania apartment, police found something chilling. A 148-page handwritten manifesto, filled with rage, grief, and a plan that had been brewing for years. Let's hear a few lines from it. They call it denial of care. I call it murder. They call it policy. I call it profit. And if no one else will stop them, then I will. I spoke to someone close to Luke. Let's call him Jason. He said, Luke changed after his sister died. She had cancer. VeraMed denied her treatment, said it wasn't medically necessary. That broke him. He started talking crazy, like, one day they'll pay. Did Jason ever think Luke would act on it? Not really, until I saw the news, then I knew. Let's rewind. 6:46 a.m. Richard steps out of the Hilton Hotel. Coffee in hand, headphones in ears, lost in his thoughts. He checks his watch. He's late for a meeting. He walks east on 6th Avenue. Then without warning, one shot, then two more. People scream. Richard stumbles, looks down at his chest. Blood soaks through his coat. Another shot. He falls. A man stands over him, not to help, but to make sure. Then, as if nothing happened, he turns and walks away. Just like that. Within hours, NYPD and FBI launched a full-scale investigation. Surveillance footage showed the killer walking calmly away from the scene. Black hoodie, backpack slung over one shoulder, like he was headed to class, not to commit murder. Investigators released images of the suspect. The public was stunned. Social media exploded. Some mourned the loss of a family man. Others celebrated the death of a healthcare villain. Memorial pages popped up online. So did memes. But law enforcement followed the trail, receipts, security camera footage, and most importantly, the killer made a mistake. He used his phone. For days, Luke vanished. Then came the break. He boarded a flight from Pennsylvania to Tucson, Arizona. Something about him raised suspicion. When the plane landed, airport authorities detained him. Inside his backpack, ghost gun, a fake ID, and $7,000 in cash. His fingerprints matched those from the crime scene. The case was closed, or so it seemed. As the trial loomed, questions remained. Was this justice, or was this terrorism? Did Luke act alone? And why did it take so long for someone to be arrested for killing a Fortune 500 CEO in the middle of New York City? More disturbingly, what does this say about how society views corporate power and personal vengeance? Some call him a murderer, others whisper, hero. But in the eyes of the law, there is only one word that matters: guilty. Mr. Carter, do you understand the charges against you? I do. And how do you plead? Guilty. Silence. Richard's wife sobs quietly. Luke doesn't blink. Richard Voss' funeral was held in Connecticut. His wife and children grieved in private. Vera Med announced new security protocols for its executives, as if money and policy could ever stop what came next. The damage was done. A man was dead, a city was shaken, and the line between justice and revenge has never felt thinner. So tell me, when you heard this story, what did you think? Was this a crime of passion or a warning shot across the bow of corporate America? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked this video, hit that like button, subscribe to Crime Never Forgiven, and turn on notifications. Because some stories are too dark to forget. Because some crimes are never truly buried.